This video is brought to you by Cutco Transportation. At Cutco Transportation Specialist, we understand that managing your supply chain can be a daunting task. That's why we offer end-to-end third-party logistics solutions to help you streamline your operations and grow your business. Our experienced team will work closely with you to understand your unique needs and develop a customized logistics plan that meets your specific requirements. Just swing over to cutcotransportation.ca. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? We are here in Castlegar's brake check. So Castlegar is just ahead of us over here down the road. We're empty because of the shenanigans with the last load taking so long to unload. This is a fairly new brake check. Got built, what, 2 years ago or so? Let's us check all our stuff before running down into Castlegar. Looks like someone lost their shoe. Nice thing about brake checks, if it's the first time going down a mountain and you're not sure what gear to pick, all the brake checks in BC, I don't know if all, but a lot of them have this sign right here showing you the descent down. Does it actually say what grade it is? Right up there, 7%. 7% grade. In 80-kilometer corners, and it says that the speed limit goes down to 60 kilometers an hour by the bottom. Actually says 50 for school zone. I don't know if I've ever seen a school zone sign, but there's a crosswalk. But if you look at the sign, kind of give you an idea. Beep, beep, beep. Front end loader with a sweeper. Sweeping the road, which is awesome if you're a motorcycle rider. But yeah, we're empty, headed into a Kalashnikov mass timber. Look, I put stickers on the back. Because I can. I know, I'm a dork. Here, let's jump up. Top of the deck. And put you guys up, tether you on, because a tether has saved us, what, twice now? It was a beautiful blue sky today morning. Did the box van want to go in front of me or not? Wait a little bit. I guess they decided as soon as I started moving, it's like, no, I want to go first. I'm like, okay, you go first. Here's the 7% grade signs. We're empty though, so full speed ahead. So the cube then, that wanted to get past me, is in their brakes. We'll let our engine brake slow us down. If that's enough, they're really in their brakes. So why did you want to rush past us? you're going to be slow down the mountain, let people by you at the brake check. If you see it's a fully loaded log truck or fully loaded chip truck or whatever, then you want to go in front of them. But if the dude's empty, he's going to be fast downhill. Look at that, there's a house. Hard on the brakes again. Well, I wish the dude hadn't raced us, but whatever. We're not going to be stuck behind him for long. Maybe, who knows? Here's that crosswalk. Oh yes. Yeah, that does say 50 when children on highway. Okay, I take it back. I just didn't remember that sign. And when there's children on the highway, I think I'll come to a complete stop. I'm not going to go at 50. Welcome to Castlegar. Castlegar stretches quite a bit north, quite a bit south. He's turning off. Yes, cool. Wasn't all that painful after all. So it's 12 degrees Celsius. It was beautiful blue sky in Christina Lake where I slept last night. The scale is open. Okay, let's go scale ourselves. We don't have to actually go over the scale, we just have to check in and basically drive by. That way, if they want to pull you in to do an inspection, they can. Let's hope they don't. That would suck, sitting here for an hour or two. I'm not worried about the truck and trailers. I've been taking care of that. It'd be hard for them to find anything. I'm sure if you dig long enough and hard enough, you can find something on everything, but these are taken care of. And CVSE, if you're watching, don't take that as a challenge. Don't pull me in as a challenge to find something. It's okay. It's okay. We don't need an inspection. I always say, like, CVSE and truck drivers and trucking companies, really we have the same goal in mind. We just want to move freight from point A to point B safely. So whenever they pull you in, why be grumpy about it? It does kill some time, but that's about it. They're just doing their job. You're just doing your job. Pickup behind us just pulled onto the road. So I'm like, they're not going full speed. I'm not worried about it. Hammer down. So now we have to go back the way we came to exit. Okay, let's talk about what happened to me yesterday and probably what my thumbnail is. I was driving through a Soyuz empty. This is an empty load. This is a really, really good example. I almost got into a T-bone accident crash. The SUV cut me off. Gives you a good example of how long it takes for a big rig to stop. This is empty. If we're fully loaded, it'll take longer. I'll just roll the clip over here. Yeah, I guess they just didn't see me and just pulled out right in front of me. I think me going hard on the brakes, smoking, I had black lines on the road, smoking the brakes, not the brakes, but the tires. I smelled, everything just smelled like rubber, like burnt rubber. I burnt a lot of rubber there. And luckily they came to a stop with me honking the horn and locking up my brakes and turning. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, you might think no harm, no foul, nobody got hurt, no damage to any vehicles. Well, no, I left a lot of rubber on the road. Tires are hundreds of dollars each. So I have tires that are flat spotted now that are going to last weeks less tread on them. I burnt off more tread on those tires in a few seconds than we do in weeks. So essentially them cutting me off cost the company hundreds of dollars in early tire replacement. I checked them, they're not flat spotted bad. ABS brakes and all that. So I burnt rubber around the tire. Most of the tires, I think one or two of them have a slight flat spot, but when you leave that much rubber on the road, you're shortening the life of those tires big time. So hundreds of dollars of rubber left on the road. So I should have pulled over and make them pay for all the rubber. I don't think that is something that even will ever cross their mind, how much damage they did to this truck. Even though we never made contact. And you can see I came to a full stop after I would have hit them if I had not turned. So yeah, double check, guys, double check. If I had not turned, I would have driven right through that vehicle and T-boned it and possibly killed someone. And the speed limit there is 60. I was going slow, guys, just accelerating up to 60. Imagine going at full speed limit and cutting off a big rig. There is nothing that can save you there. Certainly had me wide awake, heart pumping, adrenaline rushing. I mean, I've had a lot higher adrenaline hits than that, but still, it got you awake, got your attention. A little tiny bit of blue sky up there. Just the sun has to burn off the clouds first. Look kind of pretty. Almost looks like a river in the sky, huh? Where there's a lighter line. I wonder if that just follows the valley exactly. A mirror river to the Columbia River. We're following the Kootenay River. Columbia River we left behind in Castlegar. We're following the Kootenay River, which is glassy smooth right now. Hey, RCMP. Waiting for us to zoom by a little too quick, huh? No zoom zoom. That's why you just always go the speed limit. I mean, I don't always go exactly the speed limit. I try to go just a hair over, just so I'm not in the way. That way all the people that always go, can you at least do the speed limit? I am at least doing the speed limit. Unless I'm in big cities, I just follow the traffic. If the traffic is doing 30 under the speed limit, I'm in the granny lane doing 30 under the speed limit. At least if both lanes are full and we're bumper to bumper. Whatever everybody else is doing, that's what I'll be doing. If you're doing 30 over, both lanes are doing 30 over, I'll be doing 30 over. I'm just following traffic in big cities. That's the safest thing to do in big cities. Just follow the traffic. Either way, my point is, I drive at a speed that I'm comfortable with the RCMP to be hidden behind every single tree. What is an RCMP? There are cops, our popo, our bears. RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, because they used to be horse mounted. They still do the horse mounted for ceremonies, but also in cities for crowd control. So yeah, there's been a whole bunch of construction here. We're tearing down and moving around the yard, clearing everything up over here by the old school. It's all kind of stopped again, so I don't know what's going on. The old basketball court's still out there. I was excited something cool was happening there, but then it just stopped. Jeep in front of us is a bit of a yo-yo. Speeds up, slows down. Speeds up, slows down. I'm just realizing I'm hungry. Well, we're only 7 kilometers from the customer, from the chipper. Kolesnikov Mass Timber. I mean, we just drove by Kolesnikov Lumber, as you guys saw. That's not where we're headed. Now we're delivering just past Hope. We are just past Hope. Oh boy, quite the yo-yo going on here. Just north of Hope on Highway 1, off a small little gravel road. I don't know if we're going to have to split trailers or not, but it might get interesting tomorrow morning. We'll see. Maybe I can get ahead on videos. I don't know if I'll show that to you guys tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning. We'll see. Because getting ahead on videos last week, that was huge. Oh man, guys, Friday sucked. I guess we never talked about that. Friday sucked so bad. Like I told you, Friday would be boring. It was. So Friday's video was driving through a Spotted Lake, right? Spotted Lake. Over Richter. And I told you guys I was recording that on Thursday because Friday was going to be boring. Just going to deliver, pick up a load and go home. And then deliver that load in Creston. Well, I'm empty. I guess I didn't talk about that. I'm empty instead of loaded. I got there at 6:38. I was asked to be there at 6:30, so I felt I was running a little bit behind. Showed up, untarped, unstrapped. Nobody came to talk to me, so I yelled up to the top. It's like, hey, can I come up there? Sure! Okay, come up there and ask him what's going on. It's like, yeah, we weren't expecting you till 11. We can't unload you. We have to do all this stuff here first. And they're also coming in to replace one of the motors on the crane first thing in the morning. So it's going to be a while. And all of a sudden one guy just walks up and starts yelling at me, "You're supposed to be here." I'm like, "Whoa, dude, I'm just coming up here to communicate." He goes, "And you're not allowed to be up here without an orientation." I'm like, whoa. I asked for permission. I was told, yes, I could come up here. And he's just yelling on. I'm like, dude. All of a sudden, a manager comes, walks up, or a foreman goes up, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "I'm just up here trying to communicate." And this guy's yelling at me. And he goes, "Okay," shooed the guy away. And then we communicated properly with words instead of yelling. And I went and called the boss, let him know that I'm not going to be able to get my load. He goes, "Well, shoot." Okay, he goes, "Go home empty." He goes, "I wish these people would communicate because we're losing thousands of dollars sitting here." I'm losing hundreds of dollars because running empty is hundreds of dollars less than running a full load to Creston. I didn't really gain extra longer weekend because we sat there for so long. Probably got a shorter weekend. Well, maybe about the same length because I would have left earlier to get to Creston today morning. So yeah, probably about the same length weekend. Same length weekend, less work, less money. Thanks. Oh well, what do you do about it, right? Oh, by the way, the guy that yelled at me got a written warning and then had to come down and apologize to me. And then he was my rigger, the guy that was unloading my loads, so I was friendly to him. And then he came back at the end and apologized at the end. He goes, "Sorry, I'm just having a bad day." And it's like, you seem to be like a nice enough guy. It's like, we all have the right to be angry sometimes. Or not necessarily, we don't have the right to be angry. Well, we have the right to be angry sometimes too, but we have the right to have a bad day. Normally I would just park in here and wait for the forklift, but I want to talk to the chipper and see if he knows. I can't believe there's no trucks loading here. It's crazy. Just to see if, I want to see if the chipper knows exactly where I'm delivering. If you're the first time coming in the yard, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to come up over here. All lumber trucks stop here. I like to stop a little early so forklifts can still use that driveway there. Okay. So we did get some instructions. Sort of the location I'm going to, and that I have to split my trailer before going down that road. So that is very good info to have. I'm glad I went and asked. He goes, "Well, there's not really any directions." I'm like, "No directions." I'm like, "Let's look at the map. How am I getting by that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, they did say something over here. This is the location we're going to. And yes, you have to split your trailers to get in. You can drop your trailer right over here and then go around this corner. And and my lead is almost too long to go around the corner. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. That's going to be very interesting. This is one of their loading zones, so you kind of move over here, park in the center over here. So this is one of their loading zones right over here, but that's not where we're loading. That's why if you don't know, it's better just to drive up here and ask. Loop around, nobody coming either direction, no forklifts. Forklifts always have right of way. Yeah, don't stop at that A&W looking visitor center there. That's for visitors, not for truck drivers. You want to drive past that. Guess I beat him in. I guess driving up there could get somebody to scoop me and park down at the bottom in the way. And this is another loading zone right here. Sometimes you load right in that area. But the most used loading zone is down this way. And sometimes I ask what side to park on. It looks like both sides are pretty... Well, no, I guess not both sides. One side's completely empty, but he said it doesn't matter. They're short panels. It's slightly uphill. Remember that for your weights. How does uphill PSIs affect how much weight you're carrying? Some trucks it doesn't make a difference. For me, it definitely makes a bit of a difference. I want to actually load slightly under my normal maximum PSI. All right, take my tarps off and then get loaded. I'll leave the tarps on there. I'll just loosen them. I'll let the forklift driver pull them off and put them wherever he wants them. I put the tarps right at the front because I thought I was picking up a load of bricks, which obviously didn't work out for me. Some dunnage. All the dunnage here is always supplied by the company, but it's garbage dunnage that you definitely don't want to keep. Yeah, it says tarped. Four flags for the front. There. So the reason I'm idling is I want to keep the air pressures up so I can read my air pressure gauge accurately for how much weight I'm carrying. There we go. It's a dirty wide load sign, but it's a wide load sign. I'm gonna need 4 flags on the back as well. Gonna be light. Yeah, 40. Okay, so I write on my gloves all the time. Every time I get another pair of gloves, I write my numbers down. So 40, 43 and a half, I can go to 67. My trailer, I can go to 73. And we're gonna be like stupid low. We're at 32. I'm not even gonna bother checking the back trailer. I have to dig out a bunch of corners. Get these straps long enough. Okay, so no straps touching that bundle, but the bundle on top will push down on it. So that'll be okay. All those bundles are pushing down. Yeah, that'll be good. Yep, that'll be good. Okay, I'm gonna dig out some corners. And drive nice and gentle like. As long as there's no ice on the panels, they're never going to move. Just drive nice and gentle and you can drive right up. I'm not actually going to use a tarping station. This load is so low, I barely even have to step onto 1 or 2 layers to roll out the tarp, so we're not going up on top. Just get the straps in, get all the corners on, and then roll out the tarps, get it snugged in the best I can, and hammer down. I really need like a chin mount. I don't know how that would work. I have to wear like a motorcycle helmet or something, and that wouldn't work very well for driving. But I think this angle would be pretty sweet. I'm just holding the camera by my chin. Did I have any corners hidden in here? There we go. A long sleeve shirt for tarping keeps me a bit cleaner. It's time to roll out the tarps. Well guys, it looks like my batteries are dying, so I'm going to call it a day here. I'm going to finish tarping this beautiful load and then hammer down over to Hope. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Thank you, Sutco, for continuing your sponsorship with me. I'll see everybody tomorrow. You guys rock. Did that work? We'll see, I guess. We'll see in editing.